One of the biggest questions teens begin hearing as they get older is, what do you want to do after high school? When they're young, the question feels simple, but as our sons get older, it can begin to feel overwhelming. Many teen boys feel pressure to have their future career and life after high school figured out before they even know who they are or what they truly enjoy. In this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose, we're talking about how to help teen boys prepare for adulthood without creating fear and anxiety. We'll discuss some practical ways to help our sons explore career interests, discover their strengths, and confidently take their next steps after high school. This season of life doesn't have to feel stressful. It can be an exciting time of growth, learning, and self-discovery. Welcome to Raising Boys with Purpose, a Christian parenting podcast for moms raising teens and young adult sons. I'm Brooke, a boy mom and parenting coach, and here we talk about raising sons, building character, and preparing our boys for adulthood with confidence and faith. For more encouragement and conversation throughout the week, come join our Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook group. The link is in the description. The future and our plans for it have always been something we dream about and stress about. Our teens are no different. They know that high school graduation will bring change. They have big decisions to make, and they may not feel ready. They may feel the pressure and fear of making a mistake, or they may not yet have enough experience to even know what they want to do. They also want to make the people around them happy and proud of them, and they might not want to admit they don't know what's next. So how do we encourage our sons to discover what they want to do in the future without creating stress and panic? How do we help them look toward the future with excitement instead of fear? When I was in college, I didn't have a clear idea what I wanted to do. I didn't have the experience or exposure to really know. So college just seemed like the next step after high school. There were so many things I knew I liked or enjoyed, but I couldn't really see them as a career. I did have some ideas, though, about what I didn't want. And so I decided not to pigeonhole myself and got a business management degree. I felt this degree would allow me to explore different industries and businesses while I found my fit. In the meantime, I took every elective I could and explored new things. Eventually, though, I graduated and needed to find a job. Let's be honest. Most of us are not in the tax bracket where we can indefinitely continue supporting our children financially. In addition, it wouldn't be healthy for our sons or for us. Our sons need to be able to support themselves and hopefully a family someday. To do this, they need a job. They need to be able to pay for the things they need and feel proud of their accomplishments. One of our goals as parents is to help them become independent and self-supporting. Part of that process is helping them discover how they want to earn a paycheck and how they want to spend their time doing it. But instead of starting with, what do you want to be? Maybe we should start with, how do you enjoy spending your time? What do they naturally like to do? What are they curious about? What kinds of things energize them? We want them to be self-supporting, but we also want them to enjoy what they do. They may have many interests, and that can make it difficult to make a decision. Some of their answers may not turn into careers, but as we ask why they enjoy certain things, we may begin to notice patterns. Now we can encourage experiences that match those interests. Encourage him to try new hobbies, clubs, part-time jobs, or volunteer opportunities. There may even be opportunities for the whole family to get involved. As he explores new things, we need to focus on the process and not the outcome. This season doesn't have to feel rushed. Enjoy this time of exploration and allow him to grow and learn without the pressure to have his entire future figured out. Another important thing for our sons, and honestly for us too, is to plan time to be quiet. Limit distractions and technology. Encourage him to enjoy simple things like nature or taking a walk. When there's less noise and distraction, it becomes easier to notice what he's drawn to naturally. What does he think about when no one else is telling him what to do? What captures his attention when he's not constantly entertained? This can actually be a really healthy exercise for the whole family. As our teens are exploring new thoughts and activities, we need to be the people they can safely share those thoughts with. We need to focus on actively listening, not immediately giving our opinions or suggestions. If we want him to stay open with us, he needs to know that we care and that we won't respond with disappointment, panic, or a lecture every time he shares uncertainty about the future. And honestly, sometimes when we repeatedly ask our sons what they want to do with their future, it's because we have anxiety ourselves. We want so much for them to be happy and secure that we allow our fear to push us to question them and also demand that they make a decision. We love them and want stability and success for their future. But that pressure can sometimes backfire and create a desire in them to avoid thinking about the future altogether. Rather, we need to realize that our anxiety is helping no one and decide that we'll put our trust in God, not in our son's future career, to keep him safe. 1 Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." This may be a scripture we need to keep reminding ourselves of during the season. When our sons discover something they might be interested in pursuing as a career, we need to fan the flames a little, allow them to explore the interest and learn more about what it would actually take to make it a viable option. This is a chance to reach out to family and friends to see if they or someone they know work in that field and would be willing to let your son shadow them. Often, you can also contact companies directly, explain your son's interest, and ask if he can visit or learn more. This is also an opportunity for your son to take some responsibility and make those calls himself. People are usually more willing to help than we really give them credit for. Now, one last thing we cannot forget is to pray for God's wisdom and guidance. As parents, we have both the authority and responsibility to pray over our sons' futures. But this is also their future, and we need to encourage them to seek God's wisdom for themselves. Proverbs 2:6 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." We just need to pray and listen. As our sons grow and explore their future, we are given the privilege of guiding them, not deciding for them. That can be hard because we want the best for them. And when they're uncertain, we want to step in and make everything happen. But with God's love and guidance, they're responsible for their own future. And part of becoming an adult is learning how to make decisions, try new things, and sometimes even make mistakes. Instead, we are meant to be a sounding board, a prayer partner, and an encourager as they take steps towards adulthood. Every teen moves at their own pace. Some know exactly what they want to do early on, while others need more time and experience before things really begin to click. Neither path means that they're failing. If our son isn't quite ready yet, we can still help him take the next step instead of demanding he figure out the next 20 years. Sometimes the next right step is enough for now, because indecision can lead to inaction, and inaction can lead to missed opportunities. But exploration, growth, and small steps forward can lead to confidence and clarity over time. This season does not have to be one filled with fear. It can actually be an exciting season of growth, discovery, and possibilities for our sons, and for us as moms too. We don't have to force the future into place. We just need to faithfully guide, encourage, pray, and trust God one step at a time. If this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this podcast. And if you're raising a teen or young adult son and want encouragement and practical guidance, come join us in the Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook community. The link is below. Thanks for being here today. Now grab your iced coffee, hug your son, and remember, you're raising him with purpose.